Hey everybody, welcome back to The Irrational, the podcast where we discuss our fears that we inherited from various pieces of media. I am your host, Charlie Rohr. You might notice once again I am hanging outside on the porch. I just wanted to record this. I wanted to show you this weird thing. It's every single night, at the same exact time, the entire swamp goes quiet for like 3 minutes. It's so weird. So I just wanted to see if I can get that on tape. Should be coming up any moment now, but yeah, we'll see. Anyways, so today's episode is right? Isn't that you hear that, right? It's all I don't know if the microphone's picking it up. Whatever. Today's episode is my good friend Tim Barnes. He is hilarious. Really enjoyed having him on. We barely managed to stay on format or topic, but we had a fun time doing it. So I don't know. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. So like always, we plug everything at the end of the episode. But I'm gonna head back inside because it gets real cold whenever during the silence. So yeah. Without further ado, Tim Barnes. Joining me today is Tim Barnes, a working comedian in Chicago. Hi, Tim. How are you?
I'm good. Happy to be on the show.
I still have no idea what I'm doing as far as intros, and that is fine. So, Tim, tell us about yourself. You're a comedian in Chicago, like I mentioned.
Yeah, I'm a comedian. I have a podcast of my own called It's All True.
Yeah.
Try to do a lot of shows. I'm addicted to Twitter. Write a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
Do stuff.
Hell yeah. You just had a
I'm
birthday?
a comedian. I just had a birthday. Just turned 27.
We all got together for a roast for your birthday?
Oh, yeah. I was roasted.
It was a weird
It
roast.
was weird. Yeah.
It was a quick 20-minute roast before an open mic. And then trapping all of your friends and loved ones in a Chicago open mic in the basement of a bar. That was pretty fun.
Yeah. Well, you're immediate when you're not. I need preparation for social gatherings.
Sure.
And when a social gathering is surprised on you,
Uh-huh.
I was quickly like, now I have to seem like entertaining in some way to all these people.
When
wasn't
I
prepped.
first heard of the idea, I did think it was pretty funny for you of all people to be surprised with socializing. But it worked out pretty.
Yeah, it was fun.
Did you have a fun time after?
I had some cake and drank some beer.
Did all your friends come up?
Yeah, they went upstairs.
Okay,
from the open mic. That was the scary part.
I just felt it was. Sorry, I'm very burpy. It was the worst for both parties because your friends were trapped in an open mic, but they felt so awkward that they couldn't get on board with any of the jokes. So then every comic was just bombing
in front of this packed house of people.
Huge packed house who we've all just witnessed laughing throughout the entire roast because they know you.
Yeah.
They're like just sitting there like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in an open mic watching people try out jokes. But it was a fun time. It was good. I feel like I didn't get much response. I felt like I was like, am I being unfunny or too mean?
Well, I feel like some of the people hadn't seen me do stand-up or something. Maybe.
Sure. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Because one of my biggest things was razzing you for your hosting skills. Yeah. But then they all got to see you on stage.
Yeah, exactly.
I loved you were like, this is the product of being too comfortable on stage.
Yeah, it's true. A couple months ago when I felt like I was going through. Oh, you were there when I at Parlor Car.
Yeah.
When I yawned on stage.
Yes, yeah. I'll never forget you yawning on stage.
In the middle of a joke, I was so bored with my own material that I yawned.
God, you're on stage for 10 minutes and you just had to yawn. That was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, well.
That's the downside.
Comedy. Well, today we're here to discuss Tim's fears. Tim's fears are no longer with him. Well, I'm sure he has plenty of current actual fears nowadays, but this ones were specifically. Yeah, exactly. But you said you were afraid of Oompa Loompas?
Yes.
And the clown from Spawn.
The clown from Spawn, that's correct. I guess I should have thought about Roots.
Roots?
I saw that at a very young age, and that was pretty scary.
Yeah, that's a pretty haunting movie.
A little afraid of slavery, probably.
Yeah.
But other than that, Oompa Loompas.
So yeah, you chose Oompa Loompas and the clown from Spawn over Roots.
Yeah.
Fair choice. I mean, they're creepy.
They're very creepy. Spawn itself was a very creepy movie to watch as a kid.
Yeah, it was. So like,
because there's Satan is the villain, right? The villain of that movie is just Satan.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
Yeah. And I grew up in a religious household, so Satan is the scariest thing.
Yeah,
you
he's
can
the
imagine.
Ultimate villain.
He's the ultimate.
Except he's real. If you're growing up in a religious household,
yeah.
It's like this isn't. You see a movie and you can kind of be like, okay, it doesn't exist. But if you're growing up religious and then you see a movie and the main bad guy is Satan, you're like, oh, so this is what it would be like when Satan finally turns on me.
And wasn't it like that was John Leguizamo?
It was
as,
John
as
Leguizamo
Spawn, as the not Spawn, but as the clown.
As that clown, and he was like a foot and a half shorter. Like I watched like a special of how he got into the suit, and that entire time in that suit, he was like crouching down.
Yeah,
it looked like the least comfortable suit in the entire world. It was so funny though. I always remember that clown is like the only bad guy or villain or monster that gets less frightening when he turns into his final form, because it was just this big like gangly standard monster as opposed to this terrifying clown. Like that makeup was awful, his clothes were awful. I think
the things
first
he was
time
saying,
you meet him, he's eating a pizza covered in maggots.
Yeah,
that was terrifying.
And John Leguizamo's voice is kind of horrifying on its own.
Yeah, it's not a charming voice.
Yeah, where'd that voice come from? I've never met anyone who sounds like him.
I can't even remember. Did he put on much of a voice, or is it just his standard?
I think it was just kind of him, but maybe trying to sound fatter.
Yeah,
because it was a fat clown.
Yeah. That's very weird. That's just the oddest casting for that in the world.
And it was also one of those movies where like I feel like it came out, but no one talked about it that much in a certain way.
Right. I thought it. I grew up thinking it was a flop.
Yeah,
because
me too.
I never heard anybody talk about it. But then, like when you grow up and you're like, eventually it comes up in conversation. You're like, wait, you saw that? Like, more than just me saw this?
Yeah, that's so. Like for me, it was like, did I actually go? Like, did this movie happen to me, or did I go see it? You know what I mean?
Like I don't know why I thought it was a flop, because I was Spawn for Halloween that year. My mom made me this really cool, elaborate costume, and everyone knew who I was. Yeah. And I guarantee that there's not that many comic book fans out there, you know? So I don't know why I thought it was a flop, but I always did.
Yeah. And it's not even, movie. I'm not, the kind of person who's afraid of clowns.
In general, you're not
afraid
of clowns.
I'm not afraid of clowns. I've never had a fear of clowns.
Yeah. Me neither. Yeah. I could get... they can make a creepy situation way more menacing. Like a serial killer versus a serial killer with clown makeup. Yeah. Scarier, the clown. But in general, just seeing a clown, that doesn't freak me out. I've never understood that fear. Yeah. And the Oompa Loompas, there
were... what happened, I had a nightmare that involved Oompa Loompas when I was a kid. Like, I would watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Wasn't really fazed by them or bothered by them.
Oh, during it, you weren't creeped out at all?
Yeah, I wasn't really creeped out. But then I don't really particularly remember the dream, but I do remember having this very bad nightmare involving the Oompa Loompas.
Yeah.
Is it Oompa Loompas or Oompa Loopas?
Loompa. With an M, yeah.
Yeah, Oompa Loompas.
I'm almost positive.
How do you write that stuff? How do you come up with a name like that?
I don't know, man. How do you come up with that whole concept in the first place? Like, hey, we're gonna have a chocolate factory. We're gonna murder a bunch of children in it, and then these little scary guys, are gonna sing.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's the sing-songiness of them that frightened me.
Yeah, and they kind of seemed like symbiotic, just like.
Yeah, I think I do have a fear of groupthink. Maybe that's it.
Oh, really?
I'm afraid of being part of the group.
Really?
Not being an individual.
Okay.
And the Oompa Loompas are not individuals.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
They are like, they just move in tandem. Like you can't make up a song on the spot like that.
Yeah.
If you're not all connected in your fucking brains.
In some way.
You know?
Yeah. They're like a fucking improv troupe.
I've never given that much thought. That's funny. Yeah, they're They're an improv. What is scarier, Oompa Loompas or an improv troupe?
Or an improv troupe in Orange Face.
In Orange Face, yeah. They were kind of like clowns too.
Yeah.
Like there's another. Is there anything with makeup at all?
No. I mean, I thought Darth Maul was cool.
Yeah.
I don't have the classic fear of clowns or things like that.
For sure.
No.
I mean I don't blame you. Like that movie itself was creepy because like you're trapped in this chocolate factory, which seems like it's going to be fun and whimsical, but then the kids start dying, which is weird. But you're also you've got that tunnel scene.
Yeah, where Gene Wilder gets all crazy.
Yeah, and that just sets you off, and then now you got to deal with these Oompa Loompas for an hour and a half.
I mean, there's the most disbelief you have to take in the movie is the Oompa Loompas.
Sure, I could see that. Yeah,
where did they come from?
Where did
they kind of explain it?
They briefly they explain it in the remake.
yeah,
but fuck all that.
Yeah,
it is weird. You don't think twice about it. They're just small orange men with green hair.
Yeah.
Where did they come from? Nobody questioned them.
And I don't want to say I have a fear of little people, you know.
But you'll think it privately in your own home.
But little people in orange makeup, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sure. I could see that. It's a deadly combination.
And that was...
That's a weird comment for me to say.
That started becoming a lost trade, too. A lot of little people in the entertainment industry are not getting as many opportunities in movies as they used to.
Yeah.
Because of CGI and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there was, in the remake, it was...
it was one little person.
It was one, but that man's not even a little person.
Oh.
That guy's not even a little... So they copy and pasted a person who wasn't a little person. They could have easily like given jobs to 50 at least people. So how long did like did it really affect your day to day, or was it like a nighttime, like when you were going to sleep you
might have been night. I think at nighttime, the thing I would imagine that was scaring me was probably the clown from Spawn.
Yeah. Like
for a while.
Like it would be just like your manifestation of like the boogeyman or whatever.
Yeah, why I'm afraid to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night.
Sure.
It's because in the shadows, it's probably lurking this.
Mine was my big one. I had hundreds. I was the most frightened little kid in the entire world. But my biggest one that I remember is Chucky. I'd never seen a movie, but like it's just the trailers.
I had an uncle who would watch Chucky all the time, and that was scary. That was scary too.
When I grew up and watched it, I was like, what the fuck? This is what I was afraid of? Like, it's so not scary. But seeing the trailers as a child, I just freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it haunted me.
It is weird. Like, what is it about Chucky that is actually scary? Is it because it's a puppet? Is it because he's a doll? Is it?
I think it's like a, what's it called? I forget the phrase. I think it is. A lot of it has to do with the fact that he is fake looking. It creeped me out, like this animated fake looking thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's because like logically, it shouldn't be frightening. It's a doll. It's weak. Like I should be able to pick it up. As long as it doesn't have a knife or a gun, I should be fine. Yeah. But it just scared the shit out of me. I don't know.
I feel like I forget so much of my life. I wish I had like a detailed sort of
it's not an
instance of something to tell you about.
No, it's fine.
One of my fears as a kid.
Been good so far. Do you have any current irrational fears? Because I still am like a big weirdo. Like I still have a bunch of like very irrational fears. Most of which that a child should have.
Like what?
So the reason I thought of this podcast was at 4 a.m. I had to go to the bathroom. If you were to witness this, you would see me wake up, sit up, like put my feet on the ground, stand up, walk to the bathroom, come back. You wouldn't think anything of it. Because I've gotten over it to the point where it doesn't really affect my life. But in my head, every single time I put my feet on the ground, I think they're going to get grabbed or slashed by a blade.
That's
Achilles
a real
heels.
fear. It's not even like a thought. I'll have thoughts of those things, but I won't have the actual like.
So that's what I mean.
Fear.
Is it's not necessarily a fear because it doesn't affect me. Like if you watched it, you wouldn't see like me like tentatively do it. You wouldn't see me leap off the bed or anything like that. But it's just every single time I put my feet down, there's this like thought like, is this the time?
Yeah.
Which it's not. There's so much shit under my bed. Like there's nobody under there. But I don't know. Every time.
I have this fear. This is a real issue in my life. Which is I don't know the dynamics of distance and things that people are paying attention to and the things that people can see when it comes to windows in my home.
Okay.
I always feel like if I do anything,
you're on display?
I'm on display with the windows up.
Okay. So, like, what do you mean you have no concept of the space and distance and stuff?
I have no, like, I can see, there's like a street. There's a street outside my window.
Sure.
Where people catch the bus.
Yeah.
Like, right outside the window. I can see people catching the bus. I feel like the fact that I can see them must mean that they can see me.
Gotcha.
And so whenever the windows are up, I don't want to do anything in front of the window.
Really?
I don't want to wake up with my shirt off or walk around naked in the house.
Yeah.
In front of that window.
I get it. I don't get I'm not afraid. Yeah. I should walk around naked less. I am. It's too much.
Just like this is a window. I know this is a window. I can see through it. I can see people.
But
they
you're
must be able
thinking,
to see me.
Realistically, if you were outside, there's a window. You're
I'm
at
on
an angle,
like the third floor.
So they're probably third floor.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's even.
Which
higher.
means that it's more of an effort probably for them to look at this particular window.
Right.
But I'm not feeling that. I'm not thinking about geometry.
Sure.
I'm thinking this is a window.
Yeah. This is them. This is their literal window into your house.
Yeah, yeah.
To see
and
all
I've
your
always
private
had
moments.
that problem. Windows have always been like, that little that little tiny window you have in bathrooms.
Yeah.
I didn't like hopping into because my neighbor's right across that window. This little tiny sliver of a window.
Yeah.
Next to the shower.
Now I get like I've got it's a regular size window, but it's the blurred distorted window.
Yeah.
I close my shower curtain because I don't want to be seen through it when I'm in the bathroom. But
yeah,
there's 100% no way anyone could see through that. So I do get that.
Yeah.
I guess I totally get where it's rooted. I just am also comfortable being naked.
Yeah.
Anyone on the back porch of my building the building across the street from me can see straight to this bookshelf all the way down my entire apartment. So if I walk out of my bathroom naked, they could just see me naked from like 30.
Is it because you never? I don't know how to personally not think about the world.
Yeah,
I'm totally
my
fine.
laziness overcomes
When the blinds are closed, I feel like a free man.
Yeah,
I can do whatever I want.
Just naked.
But when they're up
all the time,
I feel like my parents are watching. I feel like I have to put on a good face, like I'm a politician.
I do get that. I guess you know what. Like I said, it's
because
the laziness overcomes.
Okay, because if I was the person outside or your neighbor, if I was the person waiting for the bus, I look up and I see naked Tim.
Yeah,
I'm gonna comment on that, and that's gonna be a part of my day.
Yeah, you affect someone in doing that.
I don't want to be someone's conversation starter.
No, and then you're wearing like what? So what do they have to say about
me? What do they think? Do they like what they saw?
And you'll never know. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Just the fact that you'll never
I'll never know.
If everyone had their own podcast and you could just turn it on and be like, oh, this is like the I saw Tim Barnes naked through a window podcast. Maybe you'd be comfortable with it.
That's true.
But it just haunts you to not know what people think of you. Maybe that's a part of that's your comedian brain, just needing to know.
Yeah, or my comedian brain thinking that I'm the center of the world and people are paying attention to me.
That's definitely it.
Yeah.
That's got to be it.
That has to be it.
Because
It's
that's
sad
how I
but
feel
true.
all the time.
Yeah.
It'll be like all these empty porches to my left, and I'm like, I definitely think like, oh, like this entire building just saw me naked. If I just like have to grab a towel or something like that.
Well, it's ego, but it's also the projection of all of outside of you being uncomfortable naked, that the uncomfortableness with nakedness of my nakedness that I have.
Yeah.
Just social things in general. I feel like everyone's paying attention to the thing that I am self-aware of, you know?
Yeah. I totally get that.
So it's ego, but it's also what is it? Social something.
Anxiety?
Anxiety?
Yeah.
Boosted by ego?
Sure. Okay. Yeah. No. I get that. Because just having an ego is one, because like a lot of people with their egos are so confident it looks like they don't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah.
But then when you've got the ego plus the social anxieties, now you're a crazy person. Like I have to constantly sneak off to the bathroom and blow my nose because I am convinced that I have boogers all the time. I think I have boogers. Like
but
I
on
told
top
you,
of that, do you think people are focusing intently on your boogers? That's what I have.
Yeah.
I have the anxiety. I have the personal issue. But then I think everyone is paying attention to my personal issue.
Yes. Everyone's paying attention to it, not telling you about it, talking about it behind your back. That's the 3 stages that it goes through.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, if you have, like, a stain on your shirt, you got to be like, oh, the stain, right? Like, that's the first thing you, like, say in a conversation because you want to be like, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I hate it, too. Like, you don't let it ruin your night. I'm aware of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I try to get better about telling people when they have something, like something in their teeth or something, because I know I would be mortified if I went home that night and I had something in my teeth and I was like, how long has this been here? You know, that would beat me up.
Yeah.
But that's an awkward conversation to have. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we're just crazy people.
Probably. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I finally got that window thing out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean out of the way?
Well, not too many people know about the window thing.
Oh, you
and
mean
the
you've got
window
it, like,
thing
off
is a
your
very
chest?
particular thing in my life.
It really affects like your day to day?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you just close the blinds?
Well, my girlfriend likes the blinds up.
Sure. Same. I if I had no windows, I'd be ecstatic.
You're right.
I love closing blinds.
Yeah.
Growing
I
up
don't need
in
the
my
sunlight
bedroom,
that bad.
every time I would leave my bedroom, if my mom was walking by, she would just dip in my room real quick and open up the blinds.
Yeah.
Because I just constantly had them closed. And I was like, Mom, like I like them closed. And she's like, you need sunlight. You need more sunlight in your life. Because I was always just inside my bedroom.
That's my same problem.
But that was because like I was on the first floor.
Oh.
I could see my entire neighbor's backyard. Like if I stood up, and they're low windows, so you could see most of my body.
Yeah.
Like I want to just be in my underpants. Like I don't want to be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't even want to be confidently in my underpants. I just don't want that.
Yeah. I want to be able to, like, I don't know, scratch places that I wouldn't want the public to see. Like,
yeah.
I can't even think of an example of something. That's how crazy it is that I can't think of an example of something that I would be doing alone. Like obviously as a teenager fucking masturbating or whatever. But, like, other than that, like, I can't think of something that I need to hide from the world.
Yeah.
But I still need to hide it from the world. Like I can't. I still need that to be a private, personal moment.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I'm going on a major tangent in this one. We're not even talking about the thing anymore.
Yeah, that's fine. We're still talking about fears.
Yeah. One fear is like another step to what we're talking about. I always have weird judgments about things.
Okay.
And I also feel like the judgments I have about things must be the judgments people have about me about those same weird things.
Yeah.
Like collars, for instance. You're
Okay.
wearing a sweater and you're wearing a collared shirt underneath it.
Right.
When I wear it, I make sure that the buttons aren't showing. I try to. Sometimes you can't help it.
Like they're underneath the
that the
sweater.
button is buttoned to the collared shirt and they're underneath the sweater. I don't need to see the collar not buttoned.
Sure.
Especially if there's a button there.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be buttoned, and I don't even want to see the button. I want it to be under. And it doesn't make any sense, but I don't like it when I see that on other people, so I do that same thing for myself.
Okay.
It just feels like a flashy move to wear the collar all.
It is flashy. I don't know. It's. I get it. Like the collar hanging out over the.
Yeah, and I have all kinds of weird things like that.
Yeah. I need to hear more.
I can't remember all of them.
Yeah, it's just something ingrained.
Yeah,
in you.
it's just something ingrained. Like, my girlfriend always calls me out on all of these things.
Sure. That's when, because you might not have even known that you did any of these things.
Yeah.
Until she's like, okay, I've heard this weird specific complaint 15 times. Should we address it? Like, why does this bother you so much? That's funny. No, I have the same things. Like a lot of stuff with clothing.
Yeah, because it seems like, I mean, clothing says things.
Yeah.
And maybe I read too much into things, but I feel like, what are you showing off with your collar?
Yeah.
Like, calm down.
I'm trying to think of one weird one for me. This one's more, I think, normal. But like, I definitely like make note of who didn't wash their hands in the bathroom. It mostly for just a social thing. Like, I'm not that grossed out by it, but I'm just like,
I'll be pretty grossed out.
So that's what I mean. This one's more normal because it is a gross thing. Most people would want you to wash your hands for logical reasons. Mine is purely social. Mine is like, that everyone wants you to wash your hands. I can see you not washing your hands. Why aren't you at least putting on the show? That's why I'm saying this one's weird, because that is not the reason I should be upset that someone's not washing their hands.
You're just taking note of it.
Yeah, I just take note of it.
When coworkers don't do it. I just don't get. I know you just touched your penis. It's usually people should always wash their hands after they've used the toilet.
Yeah.
Sat down on the toilet.
Right.
But sometimes I'd see, throughout my life, I've seen coworkers use the urinal and just walk out.
Yeah.
Why would, I just don't get why wouldn't you wash your hands?
Yeah.
Especially do it if you don't wash your hands when you're alone in the bathroom, fine. But I'm in the bathroom with you.
I saw you not wash your hands. Wash those fucking hands. You know that I can see you. Just wash them. That's exactly what it is. It just blows my mind. And like I do get the argument of, I just touched my penis. Like, well, it's not that dirty. But I'm like, I don't know where your dirty fucking penis has been. Like, I'm not trying to touch a penis.
Yeah.
Even if it's indirectly through your hands.
Yeah. If I had touched your keyboard, I touched your penis.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
Also, you touched other things.
Yeah.
You touched hands going, or a handle that leads into the bathroom. You touched hopefully you flushed the urinal. Maybe you didn't touch that, but you still touched the handle out of the bathroom. There's still, like, you should be washing your hands in, like, all of those. Because now, say if it was in a perfect world, everyone washed their hands and then they left the bathroom, that handle would be pretty clean. But because of people like this person not washing their hands, now even after you wash your hands, you're recontaminating by touching that handle.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like we're writing Seinfeld episodes right now.
Oh yeah,
I mean, the list of these types of things can go on forever.
Yeah, nuance.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the thing is, I don't care. I'm not. It has nothing to do with the germs for me. I'm not like a germaphobe in any capacity, but it's a social thing, and I'm like, follow the fucking rules, man.
But that's a recent thing my significant other has taught me, is that my judgments on other people isn't reflected and projected back on the way I interact with other people.
Okay.
I don't do certain things necessarily because I don't want to do it. It's because I'm projecting my same judgment. I don't know where it originated from. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Is it my judgment? I mean, I guess it originates from my judgment, but I'm also projecting my judgment on these things to other people. Because I feel like it's not necessarily that I don't want to wear my collar out.
Yeah.
It's that I think no one wants to see that. No one wants to see my collar out.
Even if one day you were like, I really want to wear my collar out, you'd be like, yeah, but I'm going to go out into society. I have to.
Yeah. And then people are going to see me as that guy.
That is very funny. I just can't imagine you thinking about this stuff this much.
I think about it all the time.
It's so...
I just never...
You're just such an aloof, like, kind person. I can't imagine you having all these thoughts.
I have so many of them.
That's crazy. I didn't think, not by any example, like you dress well. I'm not saying like you give off a vibe like, oh, I don't give a fuck. Your just personality gives off a vibe like you don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because you're just so aloof. You got to be the most aloof.
I'm aloof, but I'm
I've
soaking everything in.
Yeah.
And it's just, a select few of people get to hear this stuff.
Sure. Yeah, you're like a still waters run deep type.
Yeah.
You're not out there saying your thoughts and all this shit.
Yeah, well, because no one wants... That's another part.
Yeah.
I think no one wants... Because I don't always want to hear it.
Yeah.
It's just do unto others, basically.
Sure. That's a good rule. Did you come up with that? Oh, man.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, I'm basically using your podcast as some sort of therapy.
That's
It's
fine.
good to get these things out.
I kind of half expect this to like... It's funny because like with my first episode... Actually, no, it wasn't the first. With my second episode, Dan Sheehan talks about fear of society collapsing and like germs and shit in the movie Contagion, and his fear kind of it's like he gave me his anxiety in having such an in-depth discussion about it. And so I'm like, I'm definitely going to become a crazier person because of this podcast.
Because of the show, yeah.
Just keep discussing fears.
Because we're going to be selling our issues to you. Like,
yeah,
these aren't ridiculous. Here's why. Here's why we feel this way.
Yeah, exactly. It's like all your irrational... I thought I would be more curing people of their irrational fears by getting it off their chest. But instead it's just like, no, here is... Like, as irrational as it is, here's my logical way of thinking. And now I'm like, oh, I can see your point.
Yeah.
Now it's going to haunt me. I feel like you and I are on the same page with a lot of things. So I don't think you're going to fuck me up that bad.
Yeah. Well, you might double think it when walking around naked here.
Yeah.
You might catch eye contact with someone through the window.
That's my biggest nightmare. I don't care if people see me naked. I don't want to know that they saw me naked. Because then it's just awkward. Like, what if I see them again?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. I don't know. Is that everything? We covered your fears?
I think well, I talked about my childhood fears from those movies, and we covered a few of my present day fears.
Yeah. And how did you get over the childhood stuff? Just grew out of it?
I think I just grew out of it.
Yeah.
Realized they were just movies.
Yeah.
Got that sort of third eye of how to look at movies. When I started getting to, I wanted to be a filmmaker for a while, and so getting into that kind of, you can see, I think, more about the production of anything I'm watching than...
Sure. I bet The Clown would have haunted me longer as a kid if it weren't for that making of that I watched where I saw John Leguizamo getting into costume. That totally broke down any sense of reality. It was really weird.
Uh-huh.
And it's also just John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
If I don't know, Danny DeVito or somebody played him, maybe I would be creeped out more by Danny DeVito. But John Leguizamo was such a goofball that it was just like, oh, that's just fucking this guy in this horrifying costume. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I got over it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, Tim, thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks for listening to this madness.
No, I love it. I hope I didn't trudge anything up.
No, I don't think so.
Go home tonight and
I think
get real nervous about it.
I'll try to cure my collar judgment.
Yeah. I'm going to start wearing my collars. I don't wear sweaters or collared shirts underneath them, so I can't. Maybe I'll try to start just to help you out.
It's just, what's the purpose of the collar being out? What's the purpose of it being out?
I don't know.
When it could just be in.
Flashy.
Right?
They're being flashy, man. You just don't like flashy people.
I think that's true.
That's
But
so funny.
I
I
think-
can see you not liking flashy people. Just like, who are you doing this for?
Yeah. It does seem like it's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
And I think I have because of that, I have a fear of being a flashy person. I mean, I have an
Really?
afro. That's some sort of flash, right?
Yeah.
It's that double edge of my judgment.
Yeah.
That is what keeps my fears on the line.
So what it is you are afraid to be perceived as trying too hard. So you see it in other people
Yeah.
pretty clearly.
Yeah. Maybe it could be either way.
I totally get that.
It could be that I don't like people who try too hard, and that is what projects my fear upon myself of being someone who tries too hard. Or it originated because I'm afraid that I seem like I'm trying too hard. And therefore,
Sure.
I dislike everybody that I see who's trying too hard.
I think mine was because I was afraid I looked like I was trying too hard from the start.
Mm-hmm.
And I just let that go. And
Yeah.
like, it just became part of me to judge. Cause like some people like, people be like when you say like, oh, they can pull that off.
Mm.
It's 90% of the time just because that person is confidently wearing a weird article of clothing.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, they're not even thinking about that.
Yeah.
They just toss that on. They're not even trying.
Yeah.
That's
And it's something about, if I were to tomorrow start wearing a 3-piece suit all the time,
yeah,
it would seem like an event
sure,
to everyone that I know.
yeah,
Why is Tim doing this?
yeah.
I don't want to live in that situation.
I get that. I just got like this new suit and like a smoking jacket and all like these nice clothes, and I'm like, I want to wear them all the fucking time, but I'm like, I need events to wear them.
There should
to.
be something written about the fear of nice clothes,
Yeah,
because it would take me like 5 months for me to be comfortable wearing nice clothes.
sure. But probably because the world around you would,
Start treating me
uncomfortable.
different. Yeah, yeah.
because like Cody Melcher walks in one of the fanciest suits I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I don't think twice.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, that's the way Cody dresses. Then one time at an open mic, Tom Brady wore a tie because he'd just come back from a club.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And he explained, he's like, I just dress up for clubs. But I'm like, why did I care that he had a tie on?
Yeah.
Like, just because it took effort to, I don't know. What's the harm in putting in the effort to look nice?
Well, it's the matter of becoming that guy.
Yeah.
If I started wearing, I'd become the guy wearing, I'd become the guy. Which, if that's what I want to do, if I want to become that person,
Yeah.
that's great.
Is there anything you want to try that you've been too afraid to try?
I really do just have a fear of looking too nice, because I feel like that would affect my comedy and would affect my personality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I could.
Like
really
people like
land a
Brian
joke.
Babylon, people keep trying to, certain people are try to really polish me up,
Yeah.
But I don't know if it would work with.
Maybe go gradual.
But I don't know if I want, I don't know if I want to look like the classic man.
If you don't want to,
Yeah.
then don't.
Yeah.
You 100% do what you want to do. But I'm saying if party wants to wear a suit more, maybe ease into it.
I don't think I do.
Yeah.
Because it'd still be the collar thing at the end of the day.
But it wouldn't be a sweater.
But it's the same thing. It's the same principle.
Okay.
It's the flash element,
Yeah. I don't know. I can't fix you, Tim.
which is why do suits even exist,
Yeah.
Why wear your collar out like that?
Well, it's crazy when you see like period pieces and stuff. It's like homeless people have suits on. And nowadays it's like the fanciest thing you can wear. What happened there?
Yeah.
Why were there
But what is a tie anyway?
pointless?
What is it?
It's just an accessory. I get the purposes of suits.
Mm.
You want to layer up, maybe.
Yeah.
You have the option of like taking off layers while still looking good. I get like how that comes into play in the world around us. Where does a tie come from? What's the point of the tie? There's no practical use for it. Unless people like used to like blow their nose on it or something. Like I don't see any practical reason for someone to be like, hey, you know what would look great with your suit? This piece of fabric that we're just going to tie around your neck.
And that piece of fabric is really the only reason we even have the collar.
That's true.
You know what my problem is? I'm wearing collared shirts with no tie. Why am I even wearing collared shirts?
I don't know. You hate them so much. I don't know why you're wearing collared shirts.
That might be flash in itself. Wearing a collared shirt for no reason.
Yeah, but I don't know. Is it like for me, the reason why I'd always wear button-up shirts on stage was that's just an extra shield.
Oh yeah, that's why I wear it throughout my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why you're wearing them.
I don't feel comfortable being comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be weirder if you wore a button-up shirt without a collar, though.
That's true.
You could wear a sweater just without a...
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I need the button-up shirt underneath the sweater.
I love a button-up shirt.
Yeah.
It's like a security blanket just permanently wrapped around you.
Yeah.
That's why, like, when I started wearing the flat-billed hats, which are pretty showy in themselves, I can't believe I implemented that into my life. I don't know how that happened. One day I just had the confidence. I saw one at Comic-Con and I bought it. And then now I'm a flat-billed hat guy. But once I started getting more into those, fewer colored shirts. T-shirts now, because that's my security blanket. Is the
hat now.
Yeah. And like I used to have my big
so it's about transferring the security blanket.
Recently I did a show with just a T-shirt and just my hair done nice, and I couldn't believe that I pulled it off because I had no security blankets on at all.
Yeah.
It was a particularly tight fitting shirt.
Yeah.
Didn't have my hat on. I haven't had glasses in a long time, which were another security blanket. And I don't know. I did it.
I'm proud of you.
I didn't overcome anything because I still have these weird fears. But that's proof right there that we're not going to die if we don't have our security blankets.
That's true.
I don't know. We're just broken people. But we're broken together. Yeah. And that's all that matters.
You should end this with that Ordinary People song by John Legend.
Yeah. I can do that. I probably won't. I could, though, if I wanted to. Tim, thank you very much for being a part of this and opening up to me. I'm very excited. I'm glad to have... This is like the longest you and I have ever talked, I think. Maybe, recently we had a good conversation. Yeah. We were both very drunk. Do you remember any of it?
I do. It was at CYSK, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember much of what we talked about.
Neither do I. There's some good music playing there.
Yeah. That might be the drunkest I've ever seen you.
People forget. People think I don't curse on stage.
Yeah.
People
think clean you up drink. In their minds?
Yeah.
Is that why people are trying to shine you up and make you wear suits and stuff?
I think, I'm sort of Rorschach.
Yeah.
For people.
Okay.
So I really do feel like that sometimes.
I can totally see
people, that. That's, you thought I wasn't a judgy person, but I am.
Yeah.
I just have this sort of, I don't, it's my fear of being myself. Yeah. Because I feel like people, I don't want to, meet, I don't want to get to know most people. So I feel like most people don't want to get to know me.
I agree. Oh, shit. I've always had, that's... you just opened up something in me. That's gotta be why I'm so anxious in social situations is because I fucking hate meeting people and learning about them. And it's just like, I feel like I'm taxing people with my presence because I'm so taxed by other people's presence. Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, you had to sneak one last one in there, didn't you, Tim? All right, Tim, where can the audience... hopefully there's an audience one day.
Oh, this is going to be an audience. Twitter, Tim Barnes 451, the temperature which jokes burn.
Okay.
I have a podcast that you can find on Stitcher, SoundCloud, and
It's All True.
iTunes. It's
Very
All True
good podcast.
is what it's called.
It was plugged in the new Star Wars movie. That was
By
pretty
Han
exciting.
Solo himself. Yeah. I got a website, timbarnescomedy.com, and that's
Tim Barnes Comedy.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And you're getting a call from your mom right now.
Yeah, I'll call her back. Don't worry, she's not that important. No, I love my mom. Love you, mommy. Oh man,
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for doing this. I believe in you.
I believe in you.